yogis, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristen and I'm so glad that you're here. I actually did a whole lot of hiking this past weekend and my ankles and my legs and my hips are definitely feeling it. So I thought I'd just go ahead and do a little yoga stretch specifically tailored for those times when you've been hiking. It's also a great one for runners, just to stretch out all those muscles that you have been activating and strengthening. So go ahead and roll out your yoga mat if you have one, and we're actually going to get started in toes pose. This one can be very intense. You're going to tuck all your toes under and then sit your hips back onto your heels. And if that is too much, you can always come up into kind of standing on your knees with the toes tucked under, and they'll still get stretched out a little bit. And then right away, we're just gonna drop into some deep breaths to really help us focus our attention, to get our mind off of the sensation maybe that we're feeling in our feet right now. So, and you can even close your eyes if you want, but go ahead and just start to take some really deep breaths in through your nose and some deep breaths out through your mouth. Deep breaths in through your nose and deep breaths out through your mouth. Let's just do one more like that. Nice big breath in, filling up your belly. And then big breath out and just pressing out any stale air. And then letting your body just breathe in a way that feels natural. I always do encourage you to breathe in through your nose. You can breathe out through your nose as well, or if you need to, breathe out through your mouth. And we're gonna go ahead and come off of those toes if they're still tucked under. Awesome job. Tap out the tops of your feet here, and then go ahead and come into a tabletop. So you're coming onto your hands and your knees. And we'll take the right knee out to the side and just start to circle it around. Doesn't matter which direction, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then reversing directions here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Now extend your right leg straight back behind you. Take a deep breath in here, and then as you exhale, hug your knee in towards your chest. Inhale, extend it back out behind you. Exhaling to hug your knee back into your chest, this time stepping your right foot all the way up to the top of your mat between your hands. And then if you want a little more for the front of the left hip, you can kind of pick that left knee up and walk it back in space, just to give yourself a little bit more of a stretch. And as you breathe in, sink down into your hips. Try to pull your heart space forward. Relax your jaw. Good. As you exhale, shift your hips back, straightening your right leg or bringing it straight-ish and coming into a half split. Good. Now inhale, bring your right foot flat to the ground. Come back into your lunge, sinking down through your hips. And then exhale as you press back into your half split. Good, so 3 more like this. Just moving with your breath, inhaling as you lunge forward. Exhaling as you take it back. Nice, 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Yeah, last one. Inhaling into your lunge, chest reaches forward. Exhaling back into your half split. And then go ahead and re-bend your right knee. Curl your back toes under and lift your knee up off the ground. You're in a runner's lunge. And I just want you to shift forward a few times front to back. And then from here, we'll come into a downward facing dog, stepping the right foot back to meet the left. And you can drop your head here, let your neck relax. Maybe start to pedal out through your feet. So just bending into one knee and then the other. Notice if already one side feels a little more open than the other side. Good, and then go ahead and drop your knees back down to the ground, coming back into your tabletop. And then I want you to breathe in and drop your belly down towards the ground to lift your heart up. With your exhale, rounding your spine. I don't know about you, but a lot of times when I go for long walks or hikes, we'll just keep moving through cat-cow here, I tend to have a little bit of irritability in my lower back. So just some nice gentle spinal movements like this can really help combat some of that. Let's do this one more time. Inhale. And then exhaling to round. And then coming back to a neutral spine. This time taking your left knee out to the side, and we'll make those same circles, just moving in either direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then reverse it out, going for 5. That's it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then with an inhale, extending the left leg straight back behind you, hips square to the earth. Exhaling to draw the knee into the chest. Now one more time, send it back, breathe in. Knee to the chest as you breathe out, this time stepping your left foot all the way through. Maybe walking your right leg back just a bit here to go a little deeper into the psoas muscle at the front of the right hip. And then as you breathe in, sinking downward and forward through both hips, sternum reaches out in front of you. With your exhale, coming into that half split, shifting your hips back. Straightening out through your left leg just as best as you can. It's okay if there's a bend in the knee. And we'll continue to move through those two poses with the breath, inhaling to come forward into your lunge. And then exhaling to rock it back for your half split. So 3 more times, inhaling forward. Exhale, taking it back. Last 2, breathe in. Good, breathe out. One more time, inhaling low lunge. Exhaling half split. Nice, yogis. Now bring it back into that lunge. Tuck your back toes under, lifting the right knee up off the ground. Now you're in a runner's lunge. And we'll just take a few shifts front to back. And then when you're ready from there, stepping it back to your downward facing dog once more. Now from your down dog, you're gonna start to heel toe your feet, not heel toe, walk your feet, maybe tiptoe, up to the top of your mat where your hands are. And rooting down through your feet, I want you to put a really big bend in your knees. See if you can rest your belly right on top of your thighs and drop your head down, let it go. You're welcome to take hold of opposite elbows. Maybe find a little sway side to side or just a rock back and forth. Notice how this feels in your spine. See if you can literally feel your low back just decompressing a bit, elongating, putting some space between each and every vertebrae. And then gradually start to straighten your legs a bit more. And just notice the difference. Where do you feel the stretch with the legs straight? Keeping a micro bend in the knee so there's still a little softness there, but really now pulling that stretch more into the backs of the legs, especially the hamstrings. Maybe feeling this into the calf muscles. Good, and then if you have that bind, go ahead and release your arms. Keep a bit of softness in your knees and really slowly come up to stand, one vertebrae at a time. Letting your spine round. Head will come up last. And we'll just take a big full body stretch, reaching your arms up overhead as you breathe in. And as you exhale, just lowering the arms back down by your sides. Good, do that again. Inhale, rising your arms up overhead. And then exhaling, lowering those arms right back down. One more time, big breath in, reach up nice and tall. Feel your side body get a little bit longer. And then exhaling to release your arms down. And then I'm gonna take my right foot and step it back, turning to face one of the long edges of the yoga mat. So whichever way has you facing your video screen. And we'll come into a wide leg forward fold. So your feet will be about hips distance. And you'll start to lower your torso down over your legs. And then from here, I want you to turn your right toes out slightly. Start to bend into that right knee, coming into a Skandasana lunge. And so maybe you press down into the left heel, kind of flexing and spreading the left toes up towards the ceiling. And then switch sides. Start to bend into your left knee, lunging the opposite direction. This time maybe right heel digs down into the earth, toes spread up and out. And then taking it back into the right leg. Continuing to breathe here. We'll take it back into the left leg. One more time, side to side. Very nice. And then go ahead and come back to center. You're going to leave your toes out on that 45-degree angle, but bend your knees and start to walk your hands up to the thighs. Sinking down nice and low into your hips here. Take a few rocks side to side. And then come back to center and just take a big breath in. Feel your heart lift and expand. As you exhale, you're going to dip your right shoulder down and look over your left shoulder. Now inhale to come back to center and switch sides. Exhaling, left shoulder dips down, looking to the right. Inhale to come back to center. Press your palms into your thighs. Exhale. Once again, dipping the right shoulder down, looking to the left. Inhale, back to center. One more time here, exhale. And then inhale to bring it back to center. From here, go ahead and stand all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead, star pose. Maybe add in a little bit of a back bend here as you lift your chest up, lean back. You can even drop your head back if that feels okay for your neck. And then carefully release your arms down, heel toe your feet back together. And we're gonna go ahead and come down to that seated position once again, sitting on your knees. One more stretch for the ankles here. Fingertips are gonna kind of pitch like a tent down to the earth beside you. And then you'll start to lean back, and you can actually bring your hands back just a little bit, because as you lean back, you're gonna want those hands there to support you. Lifting the knees up off the ground. And just like that toes pose that we did at the beginning of class, this one can be really intense as well, especially if you have a lot of tightness in there just from use, right? From those hikes or those runs or whatever it is. And a lot of people really lack ankle flexibility because it's something we don't really think about stretching out too often. So just hold here, come back to that breath that we established at the beginning. Deep breaths in through the nose, and then through the mouth. As you exhale, let it go. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale and exhale. One more time, breath in. Exhale, carefully lowering your knees back to the ground. And then go ahead and make your way onto your sitting bones. And we'll stretch those legs out really wide, coming into a straddle seat. And so right away, you may feel lots of a stretch, and that's perfect. You're welcome to stay right here. No need to take it further if you don't want to. If you do want to, bring your hands out in front of you and just gently start to walk yourself forward to a place that is not too much, but it is something, right? Kind of that sweet spot between effort and ease. Maybe you come down to your forearms. I know some of you can probably just lay flat down on your tummy like a pancake. That is not me, certainly not today. So we'll just do what we can do and then take a few breaths here. Really letting each exhale be an opportunity to find some release. So letting that breath cut through any of the tension that you feel, any of the tightness, any sensation that comes up. Yeah, 2 or 3 more rounds right here. Yeah, let's give it one more breath in. One more breath out. Awesome. And then gently easing your way back up if you folded forward. Use your hands if you'd like here to draw your knees about hips distance, planting your feet flat out in front of you. Once again, bringing your hands down beside you, maybe a little bit behind, and just windshield by bringing your knees side to side. Awesome. Now from here, I'm going to give you a couple choices. You can come into a cross-legged position and just take note of which shin is either in front or on top. Option number 2 would be a double pigeon. So you'd be stacking one shin on top of the other. This is a big ask, especially if you have really tight hips or you just haven't done a lot of stretches like this or a lot of yoga. So maybe it works for you today, maybe it doesn't. You get to decide where you want to go. And then sit nice and tall, whether you're in that double pigeon or your cross-legged seat. And just like we did in straddle, if you feel like you want a little more, take your hands out in front of you. Start to walk them forward and fold down over your legs. And then take a deep breath in. Take a breath out. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Awesome. And then walk yourself back up if you came forward. We'll switch sides. It might feel good just to kind of shake out your legs between sides. And then bring the opposite shin on top or in front. And the side may feel entirely different. The side's a lot tighter for me. You can even see it in my body, how I have more space between my knee and that bottom leg. And that's okay. We're just gonna honor and be with whatever comes up, whatever's going on in our bodies today. Again, if you want a little more, you can fold forward. Certainly don't have to. So just taking a moment to feel what you feel here, and then we'll breathe deeply together for 3, for 2, one more breath in, and a breath out. Awesome. Now bringing yourself back up. Again, maybe shaking out your legs after that. Just get a little blood circulating again. And then the last pose that we're going to do is Baddha Konasana, or seated butterfly. So the bottoms of your feet will come together. Your knees will splay out to the sides. If you bring your heels in closer towards your pelvis, then you're going to feel more of a stretch versus if you walk your feet a bit further out in front of you. And then you can bring hands to your feet, kind of imagining that you're just trying to open your feet like a book. Try to sit nice and tall here, lengthening up through the top of your head, lifting your heart, relaxing your shoulders, and we'll take a breath in. As you exhale, maybe folding forward to a place that feels comfortable for you. And if your elbows rest down against your thighs, you can use them as a little assist here, just gently pressing down into your legs to deepen your stretch. Maybe side to side, one at a time, or you can go both at the same time. Good, and then take one more breath in here. One more exhale out. And then slowly, carefully come back up. We'll just meet back in that upright butterfly position. And then if it's available to you to bring your hands to your heart space, you can even close down your eyes. And we'll just take 3 cleansing breaths together as we finish our class. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Take a deep inhale, fill up. And then a big releasing exhale out, let it go. Good. Inhale, fill up. Just sort of gathering up, collecting any lingering tension. And then imagine that as you breathe it out, you could just completely let it go and release it out of your body. Yeah, one more time. Deep breath in. And a nice, big, strong exhale out. Amazing job, yogis. I hope this was really, really helpful for you. Thank you for joining me. Come back and check out more classes when you get some time, and I will see you right there. Namaste.